One day, 3 bodies were delivered to the morgue, each with a huge grin frozen on their face. The coroner examined them and then called the police to explain. "The first one's a Frenchman," he said. "Died of a heart attack while in bed with his mistress." Explains the smile. "The second is a Scotsman, just 25 years old. Won the lottery, spent every penny on whiskey, and drank himself to death." That grin says it all. Then the coroner pointed to the last body. "Now this one's strange. An Irishman named Sean, only 30, struck dead by lightning." The officer frowned. "Lightning? Then why the smile?" The coroner shook his head and sighed. "Because he thought someone was taking his picture." Sadie had lost her husband nearly 4 years ago, but she was still grieving as if it had happened yesterday. Her daughter kept urging her to move on, to meet someone new, to give life another chance. At last, Sadie sighed and said, "Fine, I'll try, but I don't even know anyone." Her daughter reassured her, "Mama, don't worry. I've got just the man for you." And as it turned out, the match was perfect. After 6 weeks of dating, the gentleman invited Sadie for a weekend in the Catskills. Everyone knows what that usually means. On their first night, they undressed. Sadie stood there completely naked, except for a pair of black lace panties. He, on the other hand, was in his birthday suit. Curious, he asked, "Why the panties?" Sadie smiled softly. "My breasts you may touch. My body is yours to explore. But down there, I'm still in mourning." Needless to say, nothing happened that night. The next evening, the same scene unfolded, except this time, the gentleman appeared again in his birthday suit, wearing a black condom. Sadie arched a brow. "And what's with the black condom?" With a grin, he replied, "I came to pay my respects." A couple in their 90s were both starting to struggle with their memory. During a routine checkup, the doctor reassured them they were physically healthy but suggested, "You might want to start writing things down so you don't forget." That evening, they were sitting together watching TV when the old man stood up. "Want anything from the kitchen?" he asked. "Yes, a bowl of ice cream," his wife said. "Got it," he replied, turning to go. She called after him, "Don't you think you should write it down?" "No need, I can remember ice cream." "Well, put some strawberries on top too." "Maybe write it down. I'll remember. Ice cream with strawberries. And some whipped cream," she added. "Please write it down." "I don't need to write it down," he grumbled. "Ice cream, strawberries, whipped cream." "I've got it!" 20 minutes later, he shuffled back in, proudly carrying a plate of bacon and eggs. His wife looked at the plate, then at him, and sighed. "So, where's the toast?" Mother Superior told 2 new nuns that they had to paint their room, without getting a drop of paint on their habits. One nun turned to the other and whispered, "Let's just take off all our clothes, fold them neatly, and lock the door. That way we won't ruin anything." So they stripped down and happily started painting. Not long after, there was a knock at the door. "Who is it?" One nun called. "Blind man," came the reply. The nuns exchanged glances. Finally, one shrugged. "He's blind, he can't see us." "It'll be fine." They opened the door, and in walked a man carrying a toolbox. He looked around and grinned. "Nice room. Now, where do you want me to hang the blinds?"